Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Why was Mahatma Gandhi, the world's most famous apostle of non-violence, murdered? It is a question that strikes at the heart of India's history and challenges our understanding of peace and extremism. To understand why he was killed, we first need to remember who he was. Born in 1869, Gandhi became the leader of India's independence movement. His strategy was unlike any other: non-violent resistance, which he called ahimsa, and mass civil disobedience. He led a nation to freedom from nearly 200 years of British colonial rule, becoming a global symbol of peaceful protest. But the victory came at a terrible price. In 1947, British India was partitioned in two independent nations, India with a Hindu majority and Pakistan with a Muslim majority. This division triggered one of the largest and most violent mass migrations in human history. Over 1 million people were killed as Hindus, Muslims, and Sikhs turned on one another in a frenzy of communal violence. Gandhi was horrified. He saw the dream of a free, united India being torn apart by bloodshed. It was in this chaotic and violent aftermath that Gandhi became a target for a specific group: Hindu extremists. There were three main reasons they turned against him. First was his unwavering defense of Muslims. As violence raged, Gandhi insisted that Muslims were equal citizens of India and must be protected. He undertook fasts, risking his own life, to shame the perpetrators and stop the killings. To extremists who sought revenge, this compassion was seen as a betrayal. The second reason was his support for Pakistan's rights. After partition, India owed Pakistan a significant sum of money as part of the settlement. Amid the conflict, many in the Indian government were reluctant to pay. Gandhi, however, insisted that a moral commitment must be honored, even to a rival. He pressured the Indian government to release the funds, which it eventually did. For Hindu nationalists, this was the final straw. They saw it as Gandhi siding with the enemy and weakening India for the sake of an abstract moral principle. Finally, his entire vision for India was a direct challenge to their ideology. Gandhi dreamed of a secular, multi-religious nation where all communities could coexist peacefully. He believed India's strength lay in its moral and spiritual foundation, not in its military or religious dominance. This clashed directly with the rising tide of Hindu nationalism, which aimed to define India primarily as a Hindu state or Hindu Rashtra. They saw Gandhi's inclusive vision as an obstacle to their goal of a powerful, militarized Hindu nation. His non-violence was seen as weakness and his tolerance as a threat. So, who pulled the trigger? The assassin was Nathuram Vinayak Godse, a Hindu nationalist and former member of extremist organizations. Godse wasn't a common criminal. In his own mind, he was a patriot. He genuinely believed that Gandhi was weakening India from within and that his assassination was a necessary act to save the nation. He saw Gandhi's philosophy of non-violence as impractical and dangerous, a doctrine that left Hindus vulnerable. The assassination itself happened on January 30th, 1948, in New Delhi. Gandhi was at Birla House, walking to his daily public prayer meeting. As he made his way through the crowd, Godse stepped forward, bowed as if in respect, and then fired 3 shots from a pistol at close range. Gandhi collapsed and died almost instantly. His reported last words, "Hey Ram," meaning "Oh God," have since echoed through history as a final poignant prayer. During his trial, Godse didn't deny his actions. Instead, he used the courtroom as a platform to justify them. He delivered a long speech explaining his motivations, arguing that Gandhi consistently favored Muslims, that his policies had led to the partition, and that his non-violence was a political tool that ultimately harmed Hindus. Godse claimed he acted to protect the integrity and future of a strong India. He was not asking for mercy. He was trying to reshape the historical narrative, portraying his act of murder as a patriotic duty. The immediate aftermath was one of profound shock and grief. Across India, the nation mourned. Millions attended Gandhi's funeral procession in Delhi. The assassination had a sobering effect, and the wave of communal violence that had plagued the country temporarily subsided as people recoiled in horror from the act. Justice was swift. Godse and his main co-conspirator were found guilty and executed in 1949, while several others involved in the plot were sentenced to prison. What changed after Gandhi's death? Politically, India remained a secular republic, just as Gandhi had envisioned and Prime Minister Nehru championed. However, the country lost its moral compass. Gandhi's unique ability to influence politics through moral persuasion was gone, replaced by more pragmatic, conventional power dynamics. Socially, the most powerful living symbol of nonviolence had been silenced. While the initial shock of his death calmed tensions, the underlying communal divisions never fully healed and continue to be a source of conflict in South Asia. Globally, however, Gandhi's death transformed him from a political leader into a martyr for peace. His legacy of nonviolent resistance inspired a new generation of leaders. Around the world, Martin Luther King Jr. in the United States, Nelson Mandela in South Africa, and Cesar Chavez in the farm worker movement all drew heavily on Gandhian principles to fight for justice and equality. His assassination amplified his message, proving that while a person can be killed, an idea cannot. The assassination is not without its controversies. One major point of debate is the failure of security. Gandhi had received numerous death threats, and there had even been a failed assassination attempt just 10 days earlier. Yet his security was minimal. This was largely his own choice. He believed that his life was in God's hands and famously rejected offers of increased protection, saying he didn't want to be separated from his people. Another, more modern controversy is the glorification of his assassin. In recent years, some fringe nationalist groups in India have attempted to rehabilitate Godse, building statues in his honor and celebrating him as a patriot. This raises deeply unsettling questions about the rise of extremism and the ongoing struggle between secular tolerance and religious nationalism in modern India. It's a debate that continues to polarize the nation. In the final analysis, Gandhi was assassinated because he stood directly in the path of hatred. He chose compassion over revenge and morality over dominance. In a world consumed by division, he insisted that Hindus and Muslims were brothers and that peace was not a sign of weakness. His death serves as a timeless and tragic warning that nationalism without ethics can become violent, and that the path of peace is often the most dangerous one to walk. His legacy reminds us that the fight for a tolerant and just society is a battle that is never truly over. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, please like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into history.